Alrighty, another day, another long passage. Today we are going to sail from here in beautiful Lord Howe Island all the way to either New Caledonia or even Vanuatu, depending on how the weather and politics and everything are looking. So yeah, either 600, almost 700 nautical miles or like 900. It's going to take about 6 to 9 days if we go to Vanuatu, 9 days, 6 to New Cal. And yeah, it's looking like a pretty windy start, pretty wavy as well, so it's going to be kind of interesting. Probably 20 to 25 knot range, maybe a bit less, but pretty wavy because we had like 50 knots coming in from the north and we're heading north, so we're going to be going into these pretty big waves still. Last night spent the last couple of hours strapping everything down nicely, doing last provisions and whatever, and we're going to get going out of here. We've been here for longer than we expected, but it's time to go. Let's do it. As soon as we head out, we immediately got hit by some serious waves that we had to go through. This is also because it was kind of shallow and there's a bit of current going against the waves, but even so, it sets a good tone for the rest of the sail. It was a pretty rough one, especially in some patches. Off we go. Pretty wavy. You can see. Very wavy.
Not a bad sunset over Lord Howe Island back in the distance, and we're off to New Cal. Not long now, should be about a week. Here's Ollie, here's Quinn, Chris on the steering, and a cheeky little sunset behind.
We actually just get a long clip into bit of dinner for night one. Gonna be a wavy night, so we'll see how we sleep. Turned out the waves were the least of our worries, as at about midnight that night we sailed through a pretty gnarly thunderstorm. As you can see, there was lightning pretty much all around us, and it was causing our instruments to go haywire, reading wind speeds of over 150 knots. Sun's starting to come up after a reasonably eventful night. I somehow slept through the action, but apparently there's a fair bit of lightning and stuff around. Went through a bit of a lightning storm, so it's pretty interesting. But yeah, we're going fast on a broad reach. Made good progress, so here is the beginning of day 2. The wind has picked up to about 30 knots and we're getting kind of hammered. We got too much mainsail up and we can't really refit. So I think we ran down or nice. Yeah, I guess. Wind's backed off a bit from the 30 knots, so down to like averaging 20, 15, 20. But we've got a bit of a rain front incoming, so I think we're about to get pretty wet. Let's see how we go. Throughout the whole day, we were stuck in an annoying and exhausting cycle of rain and then sun, and then rain and then sun. At the end, I got even more tired after reeling in this big tuna.
You got this. You got this. Keep it coming. Oh, great. Woohoo! Big tune. On, get her on. Yeah, I gotta come and get that blood bag. Is that nice? Big tuna. That is nice.
Catching that fish gave us the morale boost we needed to survive the next rainstorm. Then we had a nice sunset and we're on to night 2. Sun is going down after day 2. Going to night time. It's been a very exhausting day full of squalls. Rain squalls up to 30 knots plus, and sort of backed off. It's backed off right now to like 10 knots. And yeah, basically all today was big squalls and breaks and big swells and breaks. So we didn't get much rest, meaning everyone's pretty tired, pretty fatigued. But I caught a big fish, which is cool. I caught a nice tuna. And yeah, that's about all that's happened today. Going into tonight, hopefully there won't be thunderstorms again, but we'll see. That night I was so tired and really not that much happened, so I ended up not filming anything. So we're straight on to day 3, where we were motor sailing with broken autopilot.
We've had a light disaster. Our autopilot has broken, so now we have to steer by holding the tiller, which is no fun. So I'm just stuck on the helm now. I'm getting pretty sick of it. Yeah.
Wind's died out, so we're doing a little refuel. We're doing a bit of motor sailing, so we're refueling the engine a bit with the jerrys. Oh dear, we've got to blow out. Blow out. Shit. Oh.
No!
How does that even happen?
Oh,
covered in. Can you pass up some cleaning implements, please? The bloody nozzle broke. As you can probably tell, we were really happy to have a break from the wind and the waves and recover some energy. We were getting super tired, so we were super relieved to have a bit of a break. Sun's going down after day 3, and we are feeling very relieved because the waves have finally died out. Which is getting really tiring, this rolling swell and no wind. Just making us roll like crazy, but they've sort of backed right off now. The wind's light, but we're able to sail because there's no waves to slow us down. So that's a relief.
Me and bro out here napping. Cheeky sleep.
It was on night 3 that we discovered a major problem. One of our cap rails had been leaking this whole time. So every time the boat heeled far to starboard, it would fill up water into our bed. So basically one of the beds was soaking wet, so bad that Quinn ended up sleeping upstairs that night.
Bed's a little bit wet, so Quinn's joined us upstairs for a nap. We're gonna see if we can get the bed out tomorrow and try her out a little bit. Ollie's up here in the red light with me. He's eating Scotch fingers.
Can't see anything, it's still dark. Oh yeah. It's the morning of the 4th day at sea. There's a bit of lightning around, but nothing serious. And that's about all. We'll see how today goes. What's up guys, it's day 4. We got some wind and some waves, but I think tomorrow's gonna be worse. So, cheeky pies for lunch, looking fancy. What do you think?
Mashed potato in a bar.
Very nice for being out in the ocean. of, I believe, night 3, end of day 4. The wind's picked up quite a lot. It's probably like 25 knots now, gusting 30. Decent swell as well, so we're in for a long night, I reckon. Well, yeah. Pizza party. Pizza party. What's up, guys? It's Ollie with the dawn report. Got beautiful sunrise on a beautiful morning on the side, and a very ugly storm on that side. Apart from that, as you probably noticed, it's pretty wavy and pretty windy, above 20 knots, and with some decent swell, so in for an interesting day. It wasn't long before that storm hit us. The windiest I saw was 37 knots, which is the windiest of the whole trip. It's pretty intense, but we got through it and it backed off after about an hour. Throughout the day, the wind slowly backed off, and soon we had to shake out some reefs.
We've heaved to, Chris and I, because we're taking a reef out to get a bit more sail going. So I've got the main all the way tight, rudder pushed all the way to the side, sticking over there. Chris is up and he is taking out the reef. We're dealing with some work though. Getting a decent bit of bounce.
Yep. I'll slow down again now. Handle toe, not under the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's alright. Whoa, big one.
Big ball. Nice ball.
Biggest mahi I've got.
Fucking rip my hand up. Nice mahi.
God. How's that for a cool 360? Pretty scenic. Over the last 48 hours, the wind had been blowing 15 to 20 knots consistently from a reach. This meant we'd been averaging 6 knots, which is impressive for our boat. Coming into end of day 5, night 4, you could say. A little bit of a storm in front. Probably going to get more wind. It sort of looks similar to the storm we had this morning with the high wind, so hopefully not. Hopefully we'll miss it, but we'll see. We're also motor sailing just so we can charge the battery a little bit. Wind gen can't do it by itself, and we don't have solar. That's permanent, so yeah. Here's the morning of day 5. Oh no, it's day 6. There's day 5. And it's raining and overcast. So much for the warm and sunny tropical weather that we're meant to be in. Have a look, it's just clouds as far as the eye can see.
It's half drag.
Yeah, I can give her a little bit more because it's stopped now. He's massive. Oh my god. Yeah, right now. While we did get a little bit of a break in the rain then to catch that fish, most of the time it was really rainy today. It was really miserable and we got quite wet, especially because there was no wind, so we had to motor, and because our autopilot broke, we had to hand steer sitting in the rain. Overnight, things started to get interesting. The wind picked right up to over 30 knots, and the waves were massive and breaking. Once we were 20 nautical miles out, we decided to heave to and wait for the sun to come up before attempting to sail into New Caledonia. Once the sun came up, we headed deep downwind.
There's Newcastle, we've almost made it.
I am so tired, I'm so hungry. So I've been up since 1:15 a.m. or something, or 1:30 a.m. It's now 12:25 p.m. But that's ship's clock, by the way, not New Caledonia time. Anyway, we are, as you can see, just approaching the channel in between the reef to go inside the outer reef at New Caledonia. And just like that, we made it safely into New Caledonia. It was a pretty intense end with some seriously high winds, but we pushed through, and on our last legs we just made it in without passing out from tiredness. And just like that, we are docked here in New Caledonia. So that's going to wrap up a very long and interesting sail. Look at me walking on dry land. How crazy is that? That's going to wrap up a very interesting pretty hard sail. Some pretty gnarly conditions we had to go through. As always, like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you guys next week in the next one, where we sail to Vanuatu, I reckon, or maybe we hang around here, I'm not sure. Probably sail to Vanuatu. See you then. Bye.